Hi everyone, Married Espresso Press Design. Welcome. Thank you for joining me today, February 20th, 2025. I hope you're all doing well. And today we're going to visit some more. I think this is the final watercolor paper exploration. I counted. I have 43. I'm going to try to make it to 50. And I think that's a pretty good stack to get started creating something. So I'm just going to run through this paper again, which is Heavenly Blues. And look at this. I had some fabric out here for color inspiration, and that actually isn't too bad together. Isn't that a coincidence? But this is Heavenly Blues journal collection because it has all kinds of things to play around with. So there's that. And today, okay, I've been really excited about this exploration. It's leading me to do things I never thought I would actually do. I couldn't wait to add some stencils to this little experiment book. And I can't believe they actually stuck on that waxed side of that packaging material. Amazon, that's what this was made out of, packaging material. And I've been doing stuff, little doodles, things I never thought I would do. This page is kind of a hot mess, but that's fine. This book is all an experiment. And there's another one I never thought I would do. Lettering. But it's been a lot of fun just thinking of new things I could add to a journal and trying out new things in the from the art journal community. And I've been watching all kinds of people. Sean Petit, of course, I always watched her occasionally. Denise Love, Suzanne Rose Art. Who else? Willa Wanders. Another woman I saw last night that did a beautiful grid art journal. It was astounding. But it's just been a lot of fun trying out new things, moving on to new subjects and more things I can add to journals and create different types of journals. But it occurred to me that maybe I should be doing some more plain type, just watercolor pages to add to this pile. So I'm going to be doing some just color exploration and pulls today for the most part. And if I get a sheet that seems like it's going to work, Spencer, you can't come in either. That's my other cat. If it seems like it's going to work, because this was kind of the most difficult to get the paper the right wetness, I'll do one like this at the end. No, you're not coming in. Excuse me a minute. You're not coming in. Nope, back out. Back out. Go on. Wrong room. He pushed the door open. because he's a bruiser. No, the cat in the room wouldn't be a good idea right now. So, okay, that's what I'm going to do. And, wait, this one was an epic kind of fail. That was a watercolor and distress ink, and I was trying stencil smushing. I know it can come out beautifully, but with my stencils, it just wasn't working. So, okay, that's what we're going to do. And I thought I would take some of these beautiful fabrics, silk fabric samples, and maybe use some of these for color inspiration. Although some of them are pretty wild and pretty dark, but it always kind of helped me to have something for color inspiration before I start, because some of my colors in these things actually got pretty wild just because of this color palette I've been using, or the paint pans I've been using. I did find a new watercolor tray. I'm going to check the financial situation and see if I can afford it. It would be a lot better if I could have my tube colors and mix colors. So I'm just setting out some mats here, because I'm going to be needing a tray to dry on and a tray to paint on. So let me see, make sure we're in, and it's a very gray day today, so I realize all my light is coming from the left and none from the window to help counteract the shadows, but it's very gray, and I'm kind of realizing this mat actually sucks up some of the light rather than the glass reflecting. So I've been crumbling this paper, hoping the wrinkle effect stays in it, but it doesn't. It shows up great when it's wet, but it doesn't really stay after it's dry as much as you would hope. But it's still kind of cool. So let's just get started here. Have the usual brushes, the usual watercolors, and the usual blending brushes. Okay, so I think I'm going to help this along. So let's see. Let's start with some light browns. Here in the background. Probably not that one. Let's see. Mine's a little cooler, or a little more red already. Let me make sure I'm in here because I moved my table also a little bit. I also said I was going to do some more muted So, okay, this is a little closer. So yeah, I can't wait till my new stencils get here. I think the 22nd. Be nice if they came a day early. Okay, what else do we have here? Let's go with the pinks next. So I'm just adding some color in here from this. I mean, maybe I should try to do some designs. I don't know. I saw someone last night dyeing paper with red cabbage. It was absolutely beautiful. But it's that time of year when you have to do it in your kitchen. Don't love that. So this is also partially why I'm doing this here. Okay, let's see. Now it's some blue grays. I don't know what kind of pull I'm going to get off of this. I probably should be going a lot deeper. Well, that's making a gray right on the paper. That's fine. See, I really wish those wrinkles would stay. Maybe there's a way you can do that with add some ink to it or something at first, maybe. Okay, let's see what kind of pull we get off here, or lift. Call it whatever you desire. Very pale, but that's fine. It's almost heavenly. Okay, so I'm debating if I should try that on this paper or just start another one. 14. We have time to start another one. And then there's so many. I saw some really interesting books you can make that were a combination of watercolor paper and journals. You know, dyed paper, thick paper, thin paper, basically is what it was. But you could have a dual journal. That was very interesting. Okay, so that was. Let's move on to some green. What do I have? Oh, I need some more oranges, warms. So let's see if there's any fabric in here. Okay, let's try something like this. That should go with my beginning ones. So let's start with a little green. Let me move this up here so you can see it. You have to remember I have to stay. To remember where I have to stay because I don't have my guideline here. Gray that down a little. Yeah. Kind of occurred to me it might be helpful to have. Okay, here goes. Green and peach. Not really a combo I would think I would choose right off the bat, but it seems to be working in this fabric okay. And something else I'm going to be exploring here shortly is revisiting color. And that's why I kind of wish it's too hard to mix. It's too hard to mix from these pans. That's why I don't love them. Okay, what else? We need some purple in there. I don't know if we're going to get it. Looks like a lavender. Just some little touches. Oh, that's too blue. Well, that's certainly interesting. It's probably a good thing we're going to pull this. Although it does resemble it pretty much. Okay. Just get around the edges here. Go back to my orange a little bit. Which are getting dry. More green. Okay. Let's see what we're going to get from this. Get that big puddle mopped up. Okay. Boy, that's still a puddle. Get some on the back here. Wonder if that's going to stay. There we go. So I just have a stack here drying. So see, that came out much more muted. Not so much of a color riot. Okay. So let me just do some washes on this and then try the stencil so I can show you that. Maybe if I do the back it will stay wet long enough to make this go. So the trick is kind of that it has to be wet but not shiny. And this paper, when it gets to the not shiny stage, it seems to dry pretty quickly after that. So let's make sure it's nice and soaked. And then we're just going to play it safe with some washes. Whoops. Didn't want to do that. Some pure color here. And I can see that stain appearing. This paper, it was in its package and somehow water got on it and made a water stain, and that's part of what led to this stack. Okay, that's pretty actually. Okay, we're almost there. We're still shiny. I'm going to give it a try anyway. I think up here we're almost there, so this is the point where you get some heavy paint. And I got too much water already. Heavy paint right out of your pan. And then it's going to be very soft when it hits that wet and wet. Ah, now my stencil formed a vacuum. Let's hope. Okay, a little too wet and wet there. Let me scrub some of that out. Okay, that's not bad. That's actually kind of pretty. And I still see over here I'm still too shiny. And I don't see another spot where I might go. Maybe right in here. Let's try it again. Up in here. Get my paint much drier. Okay. You know, I saw one person doing this, and she was using a sponge. I mean, her background was completely dry. And she was using, that's still a little too wet. She was using a sponge to do her stenciling. This video was pretty old actually, but she was not removing her stencil, and she was blow drying it. So I'm just going to let this sit here because it's not going to work until I get to the non-shiny stage. Unless I can take a dry brush here and lift off some of this water. Which that might work actually. Okay, it's not so shiny there. Let's try this again. Now my stencil's soaking wet. Okay. Oh, I want to go this way. Okay, let's give this another go. So if I was doing this on dry paper, it would be almost like a very dark dry brush. Okay, there we go. That's better. Still think I'm going to brush some of that out. Don't like that M. Okay. So I think we can go up into here. Trying to see the best place. Do a couple little dots. I'm looking at where I have no shine but still wet. And that's my goal. That's a little too wet. Here. Oh, now my brush is too wet. Get some of this moisture out of here. Okay, now we're getting there. My brush was just entirely too wet. And my paper wasn't dry enough. There we go, that's a little better. Still shiny down here. I can tell it's a pretty humid day. Snowing out. Where's my dry brush? Am I even in camera at this point? I hope so. I keep forgetting. Sorry about that. I probably put that paper way too low. There we go. Okay. Let's give this one more try. Get the right brush. Okay, that's it. Okay. Not bad. A little better. If you don't like one, just scrub it out. Now this paper is starting to get to the perfect stage. That's how long it takes actually once it's soaked. Let's see if I can get some blues down into here. Okay, we're getting there finally. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'll go. 7. Okay, I think that's probably going to do it for the soft effect. I don't think I'm going to get any, but that's how you have to do it. You have to wait until it's not shiny before you even start, and then hope you make it to the end before it starts to dry. This was probably the most difficult of all actually. But, so let's see how these are progressing. That's pretty. That's a pretty pull, and that's some interesting stuff on the back. That's pretty. And this one is extremely light, but that's fine. So let's see if I made it to 51, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm just curious. I'm going to get any type of thing off of here or not. And by the way, since my leg incident, nothing to write home about, I've decided that I cannot sit at my desk any longer for the amount of time I had been. I already knew that. Everybody knows that. I've heard that sitting at your desk for more than 3 hours is worse than smoking. And I knew that, but I don't know. Just various things get in the way, and you don't realize that you're sitting there that long. And I had not been walking like I used to. So I've decided I had to cut weight. I decided I will have to cut back on the sitting for long periods at the desk. And even though I think I'm getting up and walking up and down the stairs and doing all of that, this was a little too scary. And just, I have a friend that has cellulitis, and that is what really scared me, is that it might be something like that. It wasn't, thank God, but either one of those conditions, edema and cellulitis, would be extremely scary. My friend, it's almost killed her a couple of times. She was in the hospital for months and months. She still can't walk. She's still in a wheelchair. She's had sepsis at least twice. She's almost died from it at least twice. And it's no. I couldn't even take a chance of going down that road. So, yeah, I've just decided that no more writing 3 blogs, and the amount of photos and the amount of writing and the amount of editing and the amount of sitting at the computer just has to go. So I just wanted, I mean, most people never visited the website anyway, but that also includes the amount of time I spend creating digitals and things like that, because I'd much rather be doing fun stuff like this. So that's just a decision I had to make, and I just thought I'd let you know where my thoughts are on that, in case you notice a difference in the way the descriptions are being. Usually I write the blog and then copy the blog post into the description, and then it would have the nicer materials list and all of that. But I just can't. I just don't want to take the time to do all that anymore. So, okay everyone, this is going to wrap it up until I'll get to my 50 on my time after I turn off the camera here. And, is that the first one? No, that's the second one. There, that's not too bad. And I'll get to 50, and then I'm going to have tons of fun. That's not too bad either. So consider that. Just using a piece of fabric for your color inspiration. And I can't wait to further explore all this. It has been a wonderful wonderful trek off the beaten path. So thanks again, everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye.